Good afternoon. My name is Chief Andre Sales with the City of Beloit Police Department. First, I would like to thank the Department of Justice, Division of Criminal Investigation, and the Rock County DA's office on its completion of the officer-involved shooting from December 15, 2021. The investigative reports show that an incident occurred on Wednesday, December 15, 2021 at approximately 7:30 p.m. on Prairie Avenue, south of Crescent in the city of Beloit, County of Rock, state of Wisconsin. An officer-involved shooting occurred on that day that involved the City of Beloit Police Department Sergeant Shannon Dykstra. Sergeant Dykstra arrived on scene and had contact with a male who we later identified as Jorge Bautista Almaraz. Bautista Almaraz lunged forward with his right hand in an attempt to grab Sergeant Shannon Dykstra's duty weapon, as it was still holstered in her holster. During that tussle, Bautista Almaraz physically was able to grab a hold of Sergeant Shannon Dykstra's service weapon. Sergeant Shannon Dykstra training kicked in and she was able to fend off Mr. Bautista Almaraz. As she was able to create physical distance, Bautista Almaraz continued his assault on Sergeant Shannon Dykstra, pushing her and grabbing at her waistband where her holster and her handgun was at again. As she was able to physically create distance, Sergeant Shannon Dykstra was able to unholster her service weapon and give verbal commands to Bautista Almaraz to get on the ground. Bautista Almaraz ignored Sergeant Dykstra's commands, continued running towards her, lunging towards her multiple times, and attempting to strike her with a closed fist. Sergeant Dykstra continued to back away while giving verbal commands to Bautista Almaraz. Bautista Almaraz lunged towards Sergeant Shannon Dykstra a final time, forcing Sergeant Dykstra to fire her duty weapon twice, striking him on his body. Sergeant Dykstra's body camera captured video of the interactions she had with him on that day. Bautista Almaraz was transported and treated for his injuries at Mercy Hospital in Janesville, Wisconsin. He was eventually released from the hospital and charged with attempting to disarm a peace officer and criminal damage to property. Because the criminal case is still pending against Bautista Almaraz, the investigation and the records and the body camera footage will not be released today until the criminal case has concluded. The next steps for the Beloit Police Department, my command staff and I will conduct an internal review of the information that we've received from DCI. Please note that there are several hundreds of documents that we have to go through, and the investigation is going to be continuing for a few weeks. We will also look at the use of force and see if it was within the department's policy. And we anticipate a thorough investigation by our command staff and our team. We encourage the public to continue to have patience while we work through the investigation on our side. The evidence will be released once the criminal investigation is completed through the Rock County DA's office. It is important that the integrity of this investigation is protected while we also remain and be transparent as a police department. Once again, I would like to thank DCI for their professionalism in completing this investigation and how it is very important for us to have a third party investigate our officers when they use deadly force. I would also like to thank the Beloit Police Department members for their ongoing professionalism during what has been an incredibly challenging few months for our police department. Now I'll open it up for a few questions.